and welcome to another episode of Studiositas On-Air, your source of fresh insights from West Visayas State University community. We share stories, ideas, and meaningful conversations that highlight what truly matters in academics, student life, and real-world learning.
This is brought to you by Studiositas On-Air Society, an academic organization of the College of Communication. Catch us on West TV Channel 28 via Cable Star and on our official Facebook page.
Yes, hello mga taga-West! First, let us introduce ourselves. I'm your host, Anya.
And I'm Joel. Welcome to another exciting episode of Studiositas On-Air, your go-to source for fresh stories, real talk, and a whole lot of inspiration.
Yeah, so kami naman ang inyong makaupod for today's episode, no?
Yes.
Okay, so today's episode is extra special because we're talking about a season most students dream of. Diba? Ano pa ni Joel, no?
Yes.
Syempre, it's the final stretch before graduation.
And joining us to share real talk, survival tips, and a bit of kwento from his own journey, we have none other than the University Student Council Chairperson and a proud fourth-year Bachelor of Science in Development Communication student. Let's all welcome Mr. Gilbert Cerillo.
Yeah!
Wow! Hello everyone! Isang magandang araw sa lahat. I am Gilbert Cerillo, a fourth-year Development Communication student. Of course, hailing all the way sa aton kina-iya ng College of Communication. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon.
Yes.
Nice meeting you all, mga maanyag na to, yung hosts.
Wow! Finally, ganyan Gilbert. Thanks for being with us today. Despite your busy schedule, no, you still made time to join our kwentuhan. And of course, you chose to inspire our fellow Taga-West.
Yes, it's my pleasure to give back to my college, which is the College of Communication. Of course, to share my knowledge and my experiences here in the university and to inspire other people.
Yes. So, Gibo, I've known you since first year. No, and to be honest, ikaw gid ang one of the seniors nga first nga nakilala ko sa College of Communication. And sang nabalad kung ikaw ang guest naman for today, it's very exciting. No, kay wala gid kami kaagi chance. Wala gid kami nahatag an opportunity ni Joel nga maka-talk with you. No, like amugid ni nga conversation nga maka-talk with you gid no. Diba? So, okay, so napagpadugayon. So, you're ready for this conversation. So, stick around lang gid. So, hindi nyo gid gusto nga i-miss ang muning conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited to answer your questions.
So, So, Gilbert, how are you doing so far?
So far, I'm very busy, balancing my academics since, I'm a graduating student.
Yes.
Being at that moment, parang you are at the peak na manugtapos ka na. You're ending your journey and you're trying to do your very best to comply our requirements, our needs to be accomplished before leaving the premises of this institution. And I'm very glad that I am able to do so with this past weeks. No, gamay na lang gid. No, gamay na lang atikang for us to, magarampa sa aton graduation.
Sana all.
Do ka san lang gid no?
Yes,
So,
parang
first year.
it feels like yesterday sang nag-apply pa lang ko sa COC, gin-interview kami, and then subong graduation na namon next month. So, it's a bit of a bittersweet na experience given na I'm ending my journey. I'm saying goodbye to my friends, to the council, and of course, hindi ko na makita every day sa aton college.
Like emotional.
So, given hectic talaga ang schedule ni Gibo, no?
Siyempre.
Pero, just a little more to go, gamay na lang gid nga push, makagraduate na siya. Pero, how does it feel knowing na you're so close to graduating? Like, are you more excited? Are you pressured? Or is it a mix of both?
It's definitely both. Be excited kay manugtapos na aton journey, but somehow medyo a bit of sad kay magpaalam na kita sa kung
Siyempre.
diin sa place nga ginhone kita, sa place kung diin damo-damo challenges nga nakita naton kag nasolbar naton, and most of all ang mga relationship nga na-build naton sa aton nga fellow students, not just in the
Yes.
College of Communication but of course sa Kadaman or sa Kabugusan sa West Visayas State University. It's a bittersweet nga ending sa aton journey, but of course that's part of our journey bisan diin lang kita dalon, no? Mayara kita ending sa kada journey naton. But of course, many doors gonna open hopefully in the future. And amo na parang naghihinayang kita. Parang we want more but gusto natin mag-graduate na. We don't want more. We want to graduate na. Yes, tama na ni.
Tama na ni.
It's fulfilling to say na ang porsige mo from your first year coming this far, parang nakita mo nag-ulikid ka sa mga eksperyensya mo, parang I was able to rise from the problems that I encountered, kag kung ano man ang ginhatag sa aton, regardless kung ano pa naka-worst, we should see the light on it, no? Kung ano ang lessons nga mag-carry naton, kung si Atisa pagani, ano ang Atisa, we get back stronger. So, dapat ano man ang i-apply naton sa aton tagsa ka problems. And what's important is kung ano ang lessons nga nakuha naton.
Importante, may lessons kita sa nga nakuha, of course, sa whole college journey naton. So, and not just that, Nong Gilbert here isn't just any graduating student. No? Maliban sa excel siya academically, he's also our University Student Council Chairperson. So, imagine na kaya niya to tanan wearing all those hats, di ba? So, mapapasa na all ka na lang gid sigurong paano niya to nakaya tanan. So, Nong Gilbert, speaking of that, no, kung paano mo na-juggle everything, how do you even manage to balance everything? Mga council responsibilities mo, syempre may klase ka pa nga gina-attendan everyday, right, your academics, and of course, your personal life. Hindi na dapat madula ang personal life. So, paano?
Yes, it's very hard, honestly, to really manage your time, especially that you are excelling both academics and in the student leadership sa aton university. So, above all, time management is very important. Know your priorities and set your realistic priorities within the day. Dapat step by step kay you can't have it all at once. Dapat kabalo ka magpasunod sa imo obra and at the same time without compromising ang isa mo ka obra. Because we believe that everything nga ginahatag sa imo, wala na ginahatag sa imo nga hindi mo kaya. Kaya mo na basta insakto lang ang pagplastar nimo, insakto lang ang paghatag mo sang time, and insakto ang pag-allocate mo sang imo resources and responsibilities. Now, being a student leader, we know that every month we have events. Programs for our students. And it's very important nga kabalo ka kung paano mo ina siya i-juggle within your academics, knowing graduating pagid ako, di ba lang? So, organizing or heading the events in the university is not an easy task, but we accomplish that by, of course, time management, the delegation of tasks, of course, and sa pag-prioritize kung anong unahon mo within the day. Kaya you cannot plan within the week kung anong ubrahon mo. Dapat within the day because himay-himayon naton kung anong imong mga priorities within the day, and dapat step by step mo na siya. Hindi mo na ipagtapuson ang isa, hindi mo na ipabrahon ang isa kung wala mo pa siya natapos, no? And it's very important to juggle those responsibilities kay nagabenepisyo ina siya sa imo kaugalingon, no? This is actually a preparatory man sa aton real life after college, no? We are being equipped with the experiences and with the knowledge na ginhatag sa aton sang university. That is why these challenges are just natural. Normal lang na siya. Kag nag-occur siya because it really wants us to be equipped after graduation. So it's very important to know your priorities, know your responsibilities, and hindi paghapaan ang tanan. So ayun. Agree ka mo?
Agree. Kasi syempre, damo kita mga student leaders sa West Visayas State University for sure. And time management and knowing your priorities is really important. Di ba?
Correct.
So, speaking of juggling everything, no, nung Gibo, syempre, given na makapigid siya, were there times na you just wanted to give up? And how did you manage to keep pushing through on the tough days?
Yes, of course, definitely there are moments you felt like discouraged, you felt like this is not for you. However, I still go back to my very core kung ano bala ang imo ginkadto diri, why you are still pushing through nga mag-eskwela or let's say in the leadership nga ari ka di. And it's because of your passion or your core values and principles na ginadala not just within the university but ang imo bala nga everyday mantra. No, hindi na sa tanan nato, of course we foresee things, but there are moments nga may mga wala bala nato na balan or out of hand nato nagakatabo kag wala bala nag-ayon sa aton ang aton gusto. But what's more important is balaan mo bala kung ano imo core regardless kung baliswaon ka man sa kalibutan, you know kung ano din ka naghalin, ano ang imo goal, kag ano ang obrahon mo after that challenge. And of course, to never give up. No,
Yes,
every
so-
challenges, ang bahogani, there are reasons behind it. And you have to see the light kung ano man ang imo ginagyan. You have to see the goodness in it, regardless kung ano pa na siya kabudlay. Because at the end of the day, your goal here is of course to further enhance yourself. And in order for you to do that, you have to conquer the waves sa aton nga pagpanakayon.
Grabe, doon na buhusan mo ko sa
Very
ano.
deep,
Oh my God. Ay, nako. Okay, so, sa pagpamati namon sa imo nga mga advices, sa imo mga
Wow.
experience. So, damo ko na experience no Gibo. Syempre, fourth year ka na. And
Yes.
with that experience, syempre may mga learnings, di ba? May mga kaakibat na learning. So, looking back on your whole journey that is sa West Visayas, what would you say is the biggest lesson, Gidya, you'll be taking with you after graduation? Magkabata ka na. Wow, magkabata. Pero when you will be facing life na after graduation, anong gid nga lesson ang mabaon mo?
Well, there are a lot of
Yeah.
lessons, but the biggest lesson I learned as a graduating student here in university is perseverance and adaptability. Now, number one, things can go wrong as you not planned it. Bala, kumbaga, sa imo nga eskwela, there are things nga hindi mag-ayon sa imo ang tiyempo. There are things nga hatag sa imo sang hurdles. But what's more important is you adapt to those changes. No, you have to persevere to further enhance your causes or your ambition here in this university. You know, you persevere because gusto mo na eh. No, you are driven because this goal was set before you enter these premises. And of course, adaptability because kung ano man na gina-foresee, there are things that out of our hand. There are unforeseen circumstances here in our university, and we have to adapt to it. And by that, we are able to gather different perspectives, gather different lessons in life for us to make it strengthen bala ko anong imo core and to further enhance and maging mas mapabakod pa ang imo kaugalingon to further ang imo nga mga causes or ang imo goal diri sa university. Correct?
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes.
So after ang mga questions namin, no, na asking for your tips, for your advice, no, this one is a very interesting question. Kaya it's a
ano naman
self-reflection.
interesting?
So, if you could go back and have a conversation with the freshman Gilbert,
Wow.
what piece of advice would you give him?
Okay.
Wow, para it's a deep
Question.
question.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually,
Pang Miss Universe.
as a tisa.
Sige. To my younger self, siguro, don't rush things. No, take your time to have fun, to savor the moment, and of course, more importantly, to explore. Kaya kita sang bata, kita gin-envision natin, ay gadali na ako magdako because I want to achieve those things. Gusto ko na magdako kay kinahanglan ko na gid magmuni kay gusto ko magmuna man kay Manong dumana bala. Daw foresee mo ang kagulingon mo nga ginadali mo nga maging mature ka. But what I learned subong is parang do not rush things, no?
Yes.
It takes time. To my younger self, siguro that's the biggest lesson because before I really wanted to be that man to reach this age, to achieve this, achieve that, and to reach those, amo na bala. But I forgot to really enjoy my younger self, to explore more opportunities or to explore just as a kid. Parang magpaliwaliwa, makato sa dira, makilala ang mga tao without thinking nga gusto ko na magdako. Parang amo na ang parang na-miss ko as let's say a 13-year-old Gilbert. So if you're listening
Yes.
to my first year kid, don't rush things. So take time to explore, to savor the moments with your friends because wala ka kabalo. Hindi mo na madumduman kung saan o ka mo last nag-ulupoday. Diba la? Balaan mo nga rin ka na subong and then if you cannot remember kung saan ang last mo upoday with your friends, ang high school, or even worst pa gani, hindi mo na siya kilala, hindi na ka mo kilalahay. So ayun, so you need to savor those moments, especially with your family, with your cousins, and most importantly, dapat i-enjoy mo gid ang life as a kid because we cannot deny at this age, grabe na ang problema natin.
So,
agree.
Kulang sa
Syempre.
tulog.
Oo.
Number one, wala na kita financial resources.
Yes.
Kaya doon nahuya ka na mga sa
Oo,
ginikanan mo
oo,
kay 22 anyos
Syempre.
mga ka pa. Doon mo na
Oo,
bala.
oo.
Parang those are just the wala ka gina problema kung bata ka.
Yes.
So,
Oo.
you have to savor that
Savor.
moment. Kay kung magdako ka na, when you reach your 19, 20, dira mo ma-realize nga you have to parang you have to work para sa imong kaugalingon, no?
Yes.
Mahuya ka na because may kalag ka na kung sila pa. So, ayun.
Oo. So, gagrigid ko ya ng Gilbert. No? Ari very common siya nga saying, ang you only live once. But,
Yes.
di ba, amo gid na ya ang kumbaga may point, right? And we have our own timeline. So, after ng Gilbert, you have storya mo imo nga younger
Yes.
self. Now, since gay-air kita sa West TV, I'm sure damo nga mga taga-West ang ga-tune in subong. Especially those sa mga lower years, first to second years, no? Maybe you could share some advice for students who are struggling to stay motivated, especially now that the semester is nearing its end, in terms of academics.
Yes. It's pretty normal that you can feel unmotivated sometimes. You feel discouraged because of the hurdles along the way. But my advice would really to always surround yourself with people that matters. No, with people you can trust with people you can trust magahatag sang ila advice because support system in college is very important.
Yes.
Mas mapadayon mo ang imo college journey if there are people nga nagamotivate sa imo everyday regardless kung ano pang ginatubang nimo. So, amo na, you make friends, know kung sino ang trustworthy, know kung sino ang pamatian mo lang because there are people man of course nga magahatag sa imo ang mga negative feedbacks, negative criticisms. That's why it's very important nga you surround yourself with those people para at least masaligan mo sila, maghahatag sila sa imo nga advice and of course ma-comfort kung uncomfortable ka na sa imo nga moments. And of course, do not forget to as to why nga ari ka diri. No, nga agin sulod mo ang West Visayas State University. Do not forget your core and the answer to your whys. No, nga ari ka diri, nga agin padayon mo ni, and it's because of the reason na gusto mo mag-graduate, you want to make your parents proud, you want to reach higher heights, you want to reach heights after graduation, and of course, wala na job for you to give back to your family. So mo na, with those core values, sa core nimo, padayon, hindi mo ginapaglipatan kung ano bala ang reason kung regardless kung ano pagid ang mag-aatubang mo sa imo nga college journey. It's very important to know your whys and to stick to your core.
Yes.
So,
Wise
ayun.
and stick to your core.
Yes.
Correct.
Big word.
So, I agree sa sentiment ni Nong Gibo.
Support system.
Especially if you're struggling here sa college. No?
Yes.
There are two important things lang naman. First is ang environment mo and second, the reason why you're here. No?
Yes.
Especially if you're struggling and yung environment mo ba is very heavy. No? So, what more pa kaya yung pag nag-work ka and very heavy pa yung environment mo, hindi sila supportive sa'yo. So, choose your friends wisely, no? Choose your friends here in college, no? And especially ang parents natin, if you're struggling to in college, no? Think about your parents, no? Think about them, no? Because they only want you to finish your studies,
Yes.
no? So
And most importantly, think about yourself.
Yes.
Diba?
Hindi niya madula.
number
dapat.
one priority,
Yes.
actually.
Ano ang gusto mo sa kaugalingon mo, ano ang direction nga tahakon mo, and
Yes.
anong gusto mo ma-achieve after sang mga doubts ni mo, or after your challenges and after your graduation, anong gusto ko sa kaugalingon ko. That's one of the most important aspect, no, nga imo pagadalon or pagabitbiton gid.
Actually, number one priority always ang well-being natin.
Yes.
So, I
Self-
agree
self-love.
I agree with Nong Gibo. no?
And segue, kung may
Yes.
boyfriend ka, girlfriend,
Hay!
pagid ka mo,
Kamo
much
da.
better. Ay, grabe. So, because imagine you're in love, may pulian ka.
Oo.
Fantasita naman na. May pulian ka kung kapoy ka, may rantan ka kung ugot ka,
Yeah.
di ba? So, it's very,
Oo.
si Anya lang ni ang mayo.
Oh my
Di ba
God.
la? How does it feel, Anya?
Hindi. Balik to sa self-love. Di ba?
Yes.
Self, always
So,
the
hindi mo
self.
pagpangitaon ng imong pagpalangga sa
Yes.
ibang nga tao dapat sa imo kaugalingon.
Of
Through
course, eh.
through the
Alright.
rain, through the fire.
How can
Correct.
you love someone when you don't love
Love yourself.
Diba?
Big word.
Word. That's very,
So let's
true.
move on na, no? So,
Okay.
after we talk about ang mga words of encouragement naman sa mga lower years natin ng mga students. Now, let's talk about naman for those who aspire to become a student leader like you, no, someday. Do you have any tips or words of encouragement to share?
Yes, I started my leadership journey sa college lang because
Okay.
I was once a listener, a good listener to my friends, no? Amo nang pinaka-importante, your leadership is not just about who is the loudest in the room, but who listens. No, pamatian mo ang ilang mga sentimiento, pamatian mo ilang problema because that alone can change them. No, bisan hindi ka na maghambal, diba sa updan mo sila, pamatian mo ilang problem that really matters sa ila kay feelings ng mga tao may gapamati sa ila, may understand sa kung anong batyagan nila, and that's one of the most key aspects siguro sa aton nga leadership here in university. And of course, being a team player as well, no? You have to stand up kid kung ano ang ginapakigbato nimo, kung ano ang imo ginapanawagan sa kabugusan sa aton nga university. And of course, stay true to your principles, no? Amo gina ang hatag sa imo sang clear direction sang imo leadership, your core values, your principles, and coupled with your experiences outside the university. But for me, no, that's my leadership style actually, no? The one who listens good for the people, a very democratic na leadership style because amo na ang for me kulang sa aton nga not just in our university but most especially outside sa aton nga university. Kung sa diin we need to hear the people because amo na ang aton pagkaserbihan. No, public office is a public trust. So we need to hear them, know their sentiments, and give assessments and interventions to the problems that they're encountering. So ayun.
Yes, good priority gid dapat ang people,
Yes.
right? When it
Amo
comes
gina
to
dapat.
leadership,
And
yes.
kung sa aton nga sa sulod sang institusyon, dapat student-centered kita.
Students.
So ayun, dapat kabalo ka mamati, kabalo ka mag-ask questions when it's right time. Ayun.
Yeah, so mga student leaders naton dara na-take nyo gid to into heart ang ginhambal ni ng Gilbert. Okay, so thank you gid so much nong Gilbert for that
Sure.
meaningful advice, no? So if I have one last question to end lang our conversation today, no? Even just in few words lang, what will you miss about West Visayas State University, your soon-to-be alma mater?
Crush ko.
Ay! Ang
joke
ginagambal
lang.
ko.
Siguro, WVSU has been my home for 4 years. And one of the moments siguro nga I will miss is yung nagaparik-parik ka ba lang, nagasala-sala ka when you are passing your requirements, you are, galagas ka sa 11:59. Ayun. And of course, those professors nga nagkakatahap kita because those professors are parang gina-pressure kita okay, masubmit na kita on that time. But most importantly is the friendships nga na-build ko diri. Because sa aton nga college life, no, kilala kita sang nagalain-lain nga mga tao and we share different goals, we share our memories together, but after college we don't know kung makita ay pa ka muna after your college. So amo ginang ma-miss ko yung mga moments nga nagatambay ka mo sa diri nga lugar, nagatambay ka mo sa Rob, sa SM, and then nagapang fishball ka mo. Amo ginang ma-miss ko. And of course, yung mga busy weeks nimo because as a student leader wala gid weeks wala gid week nga hindi kami busy. So ayun, parang somehow ma-miss mo because parang naging part na siya sang system nimo, naging part na siya sang kaugalingon mo nga. Ang routine mo nga makaadto ka sa opisina, answer ka sa mga pamangkot sang mga upod mo, and of course you will plan kung ano pa ang next nga maghatag mo sa students. But most importantly siguro is of course kamo the people,
mga juniors mo.
Yes, mga juniors. Di mo nga, Wong! Damo naman ka kita manong gibo. So amo ginang mamiss ko
course,
kay
oo.
you will be more on the professional level na
Yes.
someday and di mo na mabatian ang mga singgitan sa imo sa mga juniors mo. And I'm very happy that I really able to makilala sa mga juniors na ako
Yes.
and I hope that those people ay pag-remember gid ako after my college. And of course, hindi ko gid sila malipatan. We have social media platforms
Yes.
for us to connect with those people. So ayun, damo ako ma-miss. One of those gid amo lang na ang mga tao gid most especially.
So thank you for sharing that incredible journey with
Yes.
us, Nonggibo. No, it's now the time to
Yes.
to have a fun game. No, it's called a Flash Feelings.
Flash
No?
Feelings.
Wow!
Flash feelings, yes. Ano na about judo ka exciting now?
So here's how it works, no? We'll say a word or a situation, and Nonggibo will raise one of these two emojis, no?
Yes.
Heart emoji if he loves it, or stress face if it stresses him out, no?
Yes.
So you only have 3 seconds to decide.
Ay, hindi siya ka-decide sang isa ka emoji kung, syempre, dapat explain niya kung
Hala.
bisan gamay lang ang
Okay,
words
okay,
niya.
okay.
So for our first situation, surprise quizzes. Heart or stress?
Na-stress.
Sino ba lang manamian kung surprise pieces?
Maski kami man siguro.
Nagtulog ka bilang gabi, wala ka to. May surprise piece gali. Basta
So,
maging
syempre.
itlog ang atong score. Delikado.
Kagi na na.
Wala
pa man.
Wala pa man.
Wala pa.
Oo,
Wala
kagi
pa.
surprise quiz, pero wala kita kang itlog.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. Okay. Next, Spanish class.
Of course.
Really?
Naging Latina kita for a while. For 3 months.
Ay, really? Kami
Yes.
rin mo naman kami next year.
Yes.
What do you love about the Spanish class?
Of course, learning another language, unfamiliar ka sa mga ilang words, but most significantly, may mga words gali nga ginagamit kita nga Spanish. So,
Yeah.
parang we are able to distinguish kung ano gid man ang ang kinaiyas ang Spanish kag sa Filipino language. So may similarity especially sa hiligay nun. Damo gid.
Yes. So for our third situation, being called on class recitations even when you didn't raise your hand. Ano man? Stress eh?
Yes,
Ito, bisan
stress
public
kagid.
speaker, ikaw ha?
Kaysa may moments nga daw medyo nagalutaw ang kalimutan naton. We cannot deny that. But of course, stress ka because you want to really give good answers
Of
dapat.
course. Dapat may substance.
So,
Oo.
dapat amo na. So, medyo stress ka lang, kaya nakibot ka. But of course, willing kagyapon ka go na go sa pagsabat.
Next. This is Defense Day.
Defended na kami.
Uy, lang ko na-expect. Kayo defended.
Defended na kami.
Defended na kasi.
Congrats!
Pero while on the process,
Yes, small revision, edits, and we're bound to bound.
Grabe, mabot man ta sa point na Ju. Sige
Yes,
lang.
kapit na lang na.
gani man.
Kaya na.
So for the fifth situation, no, overtime council duties.
Yun lang.
Ubiri mo na.
Pwede. Sige, pwede. Mixed emotion.
No, mixed emotion.
Sige.
Kasi syempre, you love your work, you're passionate about that. Kaglaga, syempre, ang mas masadya dirabi, kay upoday ka mo nag-overtime. You
Yes.
share mga late night jokes, late night stories, and share isang inyong experiences. But of course, amo ni stress, because stress ka, no? Kakapoy ka. But of course, above all, no, kasang kapoy nimo, you are motivated magpadayon because you love what you do.
You love what you do. We're off to last situation. Graduation rehearsals.
Yes, very
Syempre.
lovely. I'm looking forward to it magkanta sang with Suhim. Sang graduation song.
Oo.
So, amo na, very, very, very love hearts. Love hearts.
Thank you so much for your
Sure,
Gid. Thank you
my
so much,
pleasure.
Gid.
Yes.
This but sampal mo naman bisan graduate ka na medyo busy pa ikaw siguro sa mga council duties mo. Pero you still made time to inspire our fellow Taga-West. You keep them inspired and for sure damo kapag may ma-inspire nga mga tao. Do you have any final message sa aton mga viewers nung ibo?
Yes, my advice siguro is to always be grounded sa imo nga core values and always stick to your core. Muna ganihang balik ko, you need to know your whys bisan ano pa baliswaon ka, you have to know your whys. If you have you are encountering your problems, your challenges, always mo gid panumdumon ng imong whys and you always stick to your core. Kaysa muna nga paagi, you will not be lost bala sa imong nga direction regardless kung anong ginatubang nimo, because college life is not an easy journey sa imong kabuhi. And to be able to surpass that, you have to be grounded with yourself, with your core values and your principles. Kag of course, know gani kung ano ang imo nga gusto sa pag-eskwela nimo, and know your priorities. Always stick to your core. Amo gina ang aton mahambal sa aton viewers.
Personally, he's one of the seniors that I look up to.
Yes, di ba? Di ba, Drew? Same.
Because very
Wala ka lang nga check.
very halata naman na he's so matalino, he's so masipag, and
Sucks lang.
he's so very driven on what he does talaga,
Yes.
So very consistent achiever pa siya, and when it comes to his leadership, it has always been evident na talaga sa kanya
Yes.
ever since,
Oo.
So talagang siya talaga yung very perfect na guest for today's episode,
Oo.
because we know na he can share very insightful and heartfelt advices to our fellow students.
Yes. Kag na-learn ko gid Drew nga behind those experiences, ang punot dulo gid is that ang heart niya.
Yes.
Na he's passionate, he loves what he do. 'Di ba, leadership, student sa sa academics niya, love niya man niya ginaobra. So, amo na nga no wonder man nga successful siya sa buong, 'di ba? Kag maging successful pa siya in the future, no?
Thank you so much.
Yes. So mas na-inspired pagid ang aton nga mga taga-West to pagid bakasan pagid, right?
Don't forget to keep chasing your dreams
Yes.
one step at a time, and take it easy on yourselves too, okay? So keep in mind gid ang mga advices ni Manong Gilbert.
And in everything you'll do, you will be okay, kid. 'Di ba? Basta ginobra mo lang best sa tanan. Okay? So once again, thank you so much to our USC Chairperson, Mr. Gilbert Cerillo.
My
We truly
pleasure.
wish you
Yes.
all the best in life, just as you have been the best leader sa aton mga fellow Taga-West, and of course, an inspiring student as well. So that's it for today's Studiositas On-Air, at ang episode where stories meet inspiration.
So stay tuned for more episodes of StudiosiTalks On-Air, only here on West TV, Channel 28 via cable Star, and on our official Facebook page. And you can also watch our previous episodes on our official YouTube channel.
Subscribe!
Yes. So
Bye mga
ka-Studiositas!
ka-Studiositas! Ikaw man ang best.
Bye mga ka-Studiositas!